Are you a startup looking to get into trade shows for the first time? Or are you a mid-sized company that is looking to enter new markets and launch a new product line? Or are you simply trying to enter in a new industry and looking to get the lay of the land? Today, we're going to do a deep dive into how to research, find, and choose the best trade shows to grow your company and career. But before we get into it, let's answer the basic question on why should you bother with trade shows to begin with? For businesses and brands, face-to-face interactions are simply more impactful than digital ones. The Harvard Business Review conducted a study and proved that a face-to-face request is 34 times more successful than an email. If you're a professional looking to upgrade your skill set and value, the majority of trade shows have conference elements which include educational sessions, some of which count towards certifications. They also have workshops and networking opportunities. It's a competitive job market out there, and businesses will only pay you if you have skills that will help them achieve their goals.
It's the money, it's the money, it's the money, yeah. It's the money.
Here's a final reason. A trade show is a microcosm of an industry. Savvy observers use them to catch trends before they surface, get a brief inside view of their competitors' movements, and capture new business. However, going to the wrong trade show can be a tremendous waste of time and resources. So, without further ado, here's how to find the best trade shows to attend and exhibit. The first thing to get right is you have to know your company. You have to understand your company's position in the market. Are you a startup, a mid-sized player, or an industry leader? Your trade show strategy should match your market stance first and foremost. The second thing you need to consider before you do your research is you have to align your goals. So you have to ensure that your marketing goals align with your sales objectives. Consider what you want to achieve by attending a trade show. Is it lead generation, brand awareness, or something else? Also, coordinate with your marketing and sales and product management teams. This preliminary internal research is very important. For example, if you're a startup looking to attend trade shows to meet investors, you'll have to decide which shows investors are attending in your industry. You'll have to decide between exhibiting in a bigger space to make a big splash or exhibiting in a smaller space and doing speaker opportunities. Now, let's get down to researching trade shows. Start by using trade show directories and search tools. The Trade Group's website has a free tool you can use to search for trade shows in your industry. Simply go online under the resource section to access. You can enter your industry, which country, and dates. In most cases, the results will give you some quick details on the number of exhibitors, attendees, and exhibit space. We also have a bunch of articles online that list the top 10 trade shows for each industry. Next step, evaluate the trade show prospectuses. After using the search tool to form a list of shows, visit the organizer's websites. Most of them should offer a prospectus, which is a document that provides crucial details like attendee profiles and exhibit regulations. Make sure the attendees fit your ideal customer profile. For further information, you can always email the show organizer and see if they offer attendee lists or can simply provide further insight. If you're looking to attend, look at the educational sessions listed on their website. The next thing you want to do is set your budget, and set it early. This helps you decide how big a presence you can afford. For high priority shows, you might need a larger booth and more resources. For less critical ones, scale down as needed. Speaking of which, how much should you plan on budgeting for shows anyway? Right off the bat, there's a few things to understand. The very first of which is that exhibiting in the US is more expensive than in Europe or Asia. There are a few reasons for this. The first is that shipping costs are higher because the distance booths travel to and from venues is greater than in other parts of the world. Unlike most other countries, the installation and dismantling of an exhibit falls under labor union jurisdictions in the US. So you're usually hiring an independent or general contractor to build your booth, and the rates tend to be higher due to union mandates. Finally, there are the exhibits themselves. Across the pond, they're referred to as stands. And unlike many exhibit houses in the US, stand builders design and build in-house and have their own shops. But they also build many one-time use stands, which will be discarded after the show. The build and burn model saves money up front because of the cheaper materials, and there is no need to store the stand after the event.
Move on! Burn it all!
However, it can result in a cheaper looking exhibit, and one could argue it's a much more wasteful and it can negatively impact the environment. Furthermore, it requires the brand to rebuild a new exhibit each year. So the most important thing before talking with an exhibit house is to at least have a budget in mind for your booths, especially on a 20 by 20 or larger islands. The show services can be as much as the booth rental. So for example, a $30,000 budget could break down to $18,000 to design and build a new booth and $12,000 for the show services. Or it could be $15,000 and $15,000, so it's 50-50. So if you're looking to purchase a new booth, it might help to be prepared to pay more upfront for an exhibit that will last you years to come. We decided early on at the trade group to focus on designing and building high-quality, modular exhibits that can last several years and be able to fit in a variety of booth spaces from 10 by 20s to 20 by 20s in larger islands and even peninsulas. We also take pride in the fact that we build our exhibits in-house along with graphic production. By focusing on aluminum and fabric, which are both lightweight materials, we're able also to minimize shipping costs for our clients. If you're interested in learning more what your booth graphic should say, watch this video right here. Finally, it's time to analyze and decide. So compare shows based on size, potential ROI, and alignment with your goals. Create measurable KPIs, key performance indicators, like lead numbers, sales targets, meetings, and social media engagement to guide your decision. Hey, down below in the description, you'll find a link to a form where you can get in touch with our design experts if you're done with the research phase and are planning to exhibit at a show. We can take the stress off exhibiting by handling the show services, design, construction, shipping, and storage. Now that you have all your research done and you know which shows best fit your goals, watch this video where I talk about how to select the most strategic booth location at the event. I'll give you some tips on the dead zones to avoid at all costs, where the highest traffic locations tend to be, and where attendees go when they first enter the exhibit hall. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe for more tips. Thanks for watching. See you next time.